Are you ready?
Yep.
We could get a sprinkle today. That's my big headline. Okay, not so big. We have a weather system that's up to the north of us. It's going to drop mainly off of the coast. It will bring increasing clouds. We actually have some breaks in the cloud cover this morning. Great visibility. No drizzle. We are dry this morning. 43 degrees out there. The forecast at the bus stop. Clouds from the north coming down. So mostly cloudy overall. Again, maybe you feel a sprinkle at some point today. Maybe you don't. 47 degrees at noon. Kids get out of school. Light winds. Right about 52 degrees.
All right, Rod's full forecast coming up here shortly, but right now we want to get to our top story this hour. It involves a big announcement in the race for Oregon's next governor. So later this morning, the Oregon Supreme Court is expected to deliver its decision on whether or not former New York Times columnist Nicholas Kristof can legally run in the race. And it really comes down to one question. Has Kristof been a legal resident here in Oregon for at least 3 years? Because that's what the state constitution requires. Maggie Vespa joins us live from the newsroom. So Maggie, this decision that we expect this morning is months in the making.
Yeah, Drew, it really is. Kristof, as you know, has been arguing his case since throwing his hat in the ring for the race last fall. He'll say, you know, he's from Yamhill County. He's owned a home there for decades. His lawyers have also argued in court filings that line in Oregon's constitution is really meant to keep someone completely unfamiliar with the state from running for governor. But Secretary of State Shemia Fagan disagreed. She ruled Kristof ineligible last month, arguing he's been living in New York, working for the Times. He's also been paying taxes there and voting there. Kristof appealed that ruling to the state Supreme Court. That's how we got here. The problem is Oregon's constitution has this 3-year residency requirement, but it doesn't define what being a resident actually means. So this decision from the court may actually give us a definition. We're expecting it by 8:30 this morning, and I talked to our political analyst Len Bergstein about this.
Do you have any predictions as to which way this is going to go?
I really don't. It's hard for me to kind of to really read the tea leaves on this. I mean, it's important for your viewers to see that this is a relatively, warp speed for the Supreme Court to kind of get to the decision this quickly. I think they want to kind of get in, say something quickly, and then allow the campaign to kind of evolve itself, which leads me to think that they might, in fact, allow the voters to be the ultimate decision rather than kicking somebody off the ballot.
So we talked about warp speed. One reason for the urgency here is the state has to start printing primary ballots next month. So we have to know who's going to be on them. Whether or not Kristof is on them, this is still a packed race. Literally dozens are running for the governor's office, with term limits forcing current Governor Kate Brown to step down. Just this week, former state representative Bob Tiernan there joining the Republican side. And then Kristof is among top Democrats alongside former House Speaker Tina Kotek there on the left and State Treasurer Tobias Reed. And again, this decision is expected by 8:30 this morning. Kristof's campaign told us they plan to hold a press conference about whatever the decision is at 10 a.m. Guys, back to you.
We will be watching. All right, Maggie Vespa for us. Thank you so much. Also happening today, Washington Governor Jay Inslee expected to make a 2 o'clock update to the state's indoor mask mandate. The outdoor rule ends tomorrow. The state will also remove the requirement that hospitals postpone non-elective surgeries, and it'll end hospital assignments for the National Guard. In Oregon, the indoor mask mandate will end no later than March 31st or before. That update comes as COVID cases around the region continue to drop. Check out this graph there on the far right-hand side. You see that steep decrease in daily cases we've been seeing since mid-January. But the numbers are still higher than the peak of past surges, which has health officials cautious. Clark County's deputy health officer says even without a mask mandate, you, of course, can still choose to wear one. And right now, he recommends it.
It makes sense to keep masking in place for now. But I also think in the near future, we won't need a requirement. It'll still be an option. We'll still probably recommend it for most people or for all people.
Dr. Krager adds vaccines and those boosters still your best protection.
Our next story comes out of Corvallis, where police say a man broke into a woman's home and attacked her while she was in the shower. Just terrifying. This crime happened Saturday afternoon. The woman's boyfriend interrupted the attack and the suspect ran out. Not long after that, police arrested 29-year-old Garrett Caspino. And get this, police had arrested him 2 other times on the same day. But those arrests were for low-level criminal trespassing, one for entering an unlocked car, the other for being in a restricted parking lot at the law enforcement center. The Benton County Sheriff told us due to the age and the size of their jail, they have limited space, especially during the pandemic. Right now, they're only holding people for A and B felonies. The others are booked and then released.
We all live in this community, and we want the community to be safe. There's no way you could have predicted 2 low-level trespasses into what transpired later on in the afternoon. You just can't predict that.
To be clear, the sheriff says even before the pandemic, it's unlikely that a criminal trespass charge would actually land someone in jail. Next year, Benton County voters will consider a bond measure that could lead to a bigger jail facility and other improvements within its justice system. Well, here in Portland, 2 iconic statues have been cleaned up and restored after being vandalized.
They're the statues of 2 popular children's book characters that you'll find in Grant Park. One is Ramona Quimby, the other Henry Huggins. Both are from books by author Beverly Cleary, who we know has a long history here in Portland. She went to Grant High School. Another local school is named after her. And we talked to a Cleary School alum, Soren Larson, who ran into this vandalism yesterday before those statues were cleaned up.
I don't exactly understand what's going on here, but it kind of makes me sad, especially since I grew up with these books.
The Regional Arts and Culture Council was able to restore those statues yesterday afternoon, but this isn't the first time the council has had to clean them up. Back in 2017, these same statues were painted with swastikas and other graffiti.